everybody, welcome to Making Miracles Happen. We have another healer for you today. And there's been a theme about intuition and healing this season. And so I know you're going to be really excited to tap in to see what's going on here, to hear the story and the demonstration activation we're going to get later. So I'm letting you know right now, we're going to have great stories and we're going to have an activation. So, get prepared. Get water, get your notepad, your pen, anything you want to do to take notes. But in the meantime, can you please let us know your name and what it is that you do?
Hi, everyone. I'm Zoe Devi. I'm from Sweden. And my goal and my mission in life is to bring back the power, the divine power to people, to really come home to self-empowerment. And because the divine power has been asleep for thousands of years. So what I mainly do is that I work with energies in everything I do. I'm an energy channel, energy healer, energy worker, whatever you want to call it. I see energy as the main building block in reality. So energy is my main tool, everything I do. So it's very obvious to me that, if you look at for example, Einstein's theory of relativity, E equals m times c squared, you see that energy is the main part of reality because E, it's 90 billion times larger than the material part, than the physical reality. So, and my cat is eating my headphones right now. Just entertaining herself. So that's how I see reality. And if you really understand that, then you understand that we can change reality. We can create reality from using, just using energy as the tool. So that's what I do. I change reality through, like when I'm using energy in my healing sessions, for example. It's like I'm painting a new reality with the energy. I'm actually doing these movements of like painting a new reality. It's so cool. And that's what also I'd like to share with the audience today, these 5 keys to activate your healing gifts. So energy is my main tool, yes.
Can you tell us how you got into this?
It started about 12 years ago. I actually did a healing class with Dr. Eric Pearl, with reconnective healing. And then I started my healing sessions right after that. I did one healing session for my mom and then my sister. And then I just put an ad out and I was out there. And I was like, yeah, I can do this. And that is not like me, I'm usually not like that. So, and then I've been working with healing since then.
What made you take that class?
I don't know. I just saw the ad in the magazine. I was like drawn to it. It was like, yeah, I want to do this. And then I took the class and was like, I know this. And then when I started giving healing sessions, I was getting so much more information. So I actually changed the name. So I have my own modality called Nordic Light Healing, because it's not really a reconnective healing anymore. I do so many other things. So yeah, that's how it all started.
It sounds like something was reawakened in you.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But as a child, was this kind of the world you grew up in? Were your parents spiritual, or was this literally one day you just had an awakening and said, I want to do that?
Yeah, that's what actually I've been spiritual since my childhood, but my parents weren't really that spiritual at all. But I can see very old drawings that I did when I was a kid, like Adam and Eve, and it's thinking about existence, how does this work, and asking my mom and dad very difficult questions, and they was like, okay, I don't know.
Wow. Okay, so this has always been a part of who you are. It's definitely something that was awakened in you one day. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it just took off that quick?
Yeah, it did. And then I was asked to join this TV show in Sweden called Life on the Other Side. It was in 2012. And then, it was, I'm a public person in my country, so I have a lot of people doing my classes and things like that. So I'm not actually giving private sessions anymore because I was totally overloaded with people coming to me. I stopped at about 1,000 people in the queue. And it was like, okay, I have to stop doing this. So now I'm just doing group classes with large groups. And that's my mission also, to awaken a lot of people. I'm working a lot with the ascension energies and, DNA activations and upgrades and, channeling different ascension codes and something I call cosmic language, which is sort of like a light language, but a variation of that. So I have my collaborations with the Galactic Federation of Light, and my supervisor, my boss, he's from Sirius, and he's telling me what to do all the time. It's kind of strict.
Now I have so many more questions. Can you explain to people, for starters, like what is a DNA activation? Like explain some of these terms.
Yeah. As the researchers tell us, they say that we have, I don't know, it's like 95% of our DNA is junk DNA. And from my perspective, I do have memories from the Atlantis where we actually shut down parts of our DNA. It's a long story. I don't really have time to tell the whole story, but we did, to save the civilization, to save the world, so to speak, in very easy terms. But so what we are doing now is that we are sharing different codes to actually turn on those parts of the DNA that had been shut down back in Atlantis, like 14,000 years ago. And I'm responsible for certain codes. And I know that there's a lot of people out there responsible for other codes that are awakening our DNA so that we can, come out and to our full potential and, just reawakened our divine power, as I said in the beginning. And that's why we're here, all of us, I think, to really get back into alignment with the divine.
Okay. And now, thank you for that explanation. And now you talk about like intergalactic beings. Can you tell me how that got started for you? Like, is this a scary process of going there out there, or is it just feel like, this is home?
In the beginning, it didn't feel like home at all. And it started in 2013, 14, something like that, just after the DNA activations, I think. No, it was actually before, it doesn't matter. But I was contacted from my Pleiadian teams, like my star family, saying that you're supposed to do activations on other people, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, at first, are you for real? And I was talking to my main spiritual guide, asking him, like, are you okay with this? Have you agreed? Can they contact me? And then we had this conversation, and then I asked for evidence. Like, can you please show yourself? Because otherwise I won't do this, because I have to be sure that I'm doing the right thing. And then was like a couple of days after, a week or 2 weeks after, in 2014, I think it was, I had this ship outside my window where I lived. And then I understood, okay, it's real. So then I started the collaboration, and it has been going on since then. And it's really fun, but it was a very strange thing in the beginning. So I didn't feel like home with it until maybe 1 year after or something like that. Took a while for me.
Would you say you're from here, or you're from somewhere else?
I'm from somewhere else, I would say, but still, I mean, we're here. We're part of the humanity, and I'm here to learn as everybody else. So, I mean, it's not that I'm so special, I'm starseed and everything. Like people are saying.
A lot of people do feel like they're not from here, though. And it's so nice to connect with other people that say, you're not from here. This is not this is not my home planet. And they start to feel that connection, and they start to feel the spiritual connections, and they open up more. So I'm hoping, when people are listening to this, that they're starting to feel it, for those of you who do feel that way, that you're starting to feel that connection with just listening to what she has to say, just because you're like, okay, I feel that same way. There's that connection.
I hope so. Yeah, because we're needed. We're also, claiming that we're coming from somewhere else. That's a good thing also, because we are, and we're here to really download that starseed energy and anchor it into the earth. That's why we're here, and bringing home here. That's what we're doing, and it's a beautiful thing.
How do they help you with the healing work?
They come in the healing sessions, and well, now I don't give private sessions anymore, but they have been teaching me all the time, and they're helping me in all the healing work. It's like a surgery, you know, it's like an energy surgery that we're doing. And also in all my programs that I'm doing, all the work is like, Zoe, you have to do this now, this 21-day healing program, this 5-day healing program, and this Being Attractive Magnet programs, a soul vibration marketing program. So they're giving me the programs and all the codes and the energies that I'm supposed to share. And of course, I have to say something about it. They're not just, you know, demanding me to do things, but sometimes it feels like that. You know, okay, I'm doing it.
Especially if it doesn't stop. You just keep hearing it over and over and over again, and you're like, okay,
I'll do this.
And at least you're agreeable and you're showing up, which probably makes your life a little bit easier when you're not fighting the information that's coming.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, but sometimes I say, okay, can you please slow down, or can we just do it a little bit different or something like that? So of course they listen. They're not down here. They don't know how it's like.
Now here's the question I have for you. So you have all of this guidance on what to do next, how to do it. Like, they're giving you so much information. Does everybody have this ability to have that kind of contact with them and get that kind of help? Or is it just a certain amount of people that they're actually kind of contacting here?
I think that everybody has the capability of developing their psychic abilities, definitely. And I think like most people actually do have a contact, but they're not really aware of it. So they just need to be more, listen more, becoming more aware of it. But of course, I mean, certain people do have more like gifts in, like, some people are very good at carpeting and not carpenting, and some people are good at other stuff. So that's also how it should be, right?
Yep.
So, but I think that everybody has guidance, but a lot of people doesn't really listen, and we're so distracted, you know, by TV and other things going on in our lives. So, yeah.
Now, you mentioned Palladians, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then did you mention Syrian?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel that I'm mostly from the Pleiades, but I do have connections with the Syrians as well, especially in my healing sessions.
Can you explain the difference?
Oh, the difference. I just feel like the energetic difference, but Syrians are more serious, actually. And Pleiadians, I think they're more funny, but the Pleiadians they are experts in like the DNA and creation and things like that. That's how I feel. So all the DNA activations and everything I do with that comes from my Pleiadian heritage. I see the Syrians as more like healing experts, and they're a little bit boring, I think. More boring, but no, they're so nice. They're so nice.
That's a funny description. So one's a little bit more exciting and has hands-on work with the healing, and the other one's
just my point of view, though.
You know, it's interesting. I've never, you hear people, I've heard it for years, people talk about the Palladians, and I've never felt like I had a connection with that. I was just like, oh, that's an interesting story, right? And then I had a dream that they had actually brought like 25 people together, and they were telling us our next mission.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, that's what, and they said in this dream, you're all having what you would think to be a dream. There was only 2 people that I knew there. Everybody else was strangers. And they said, we're making it look like you're in a home, so you don't feel off being in a ship. Like you're not feeling uncomfortable. And when I woke up, I knew that it was real, and I was a little weirded out by the information that I was given,
Oh, wow. That's
but
beautiful.
isn't that interesting? Like, was it like that for you, where it was just literally one day out of the blue and you're like, oh, I've never really felt a draw to this before?
I always looked at the stars when I was a kid, but I never understood like something like the different civilizations and things like that. So that came when I was adult. But Yeah, and I've been on the ship as well, you know, in my dreams, and I do have some memories from it, and I've had these extreme experiences. So yeah, I know it's true. I know they're here, and I know that we are collaborating. So, but I'm living a pretty normal life, you know, going to the store and do normal things.
Right?
But they're there. No, I still have to do the normal stuff.
But I'm actually glad that you said that, because I think after I woke up from the dream, I expected something to be different. And it was the healing work was the only thing that was different. Other than that, it was kind of like, it's the same person who still has to pay the bills and do this and do that. You know, there's nothing worse.
That doesn't change. You still have to do that, right? Still have to eat.
Yeah, at all. Now you have something for us. You wanted to share something.
Yeah, I'd like to share 5 keys how to activate your healing gifts, because I normally would just speak about how I'm so good at healing, and it's like I really want to share how people can grow. That's my mission, and not just lifting myself up and, you know, being such a great healer, which I am, of course, but but you know what I mean. So I have 5 keys to the way I see healing and how to activate. And the first key I've actually already mentioned, that's the energy template. Understanding the relationship between the physical reality and energy. So that's the basics of how it works. So that the energy part is 90 billion times larger than the physical matter. And what you can do is that you can paint your new energy field. And that's how I work with healing. When I work with clients, for example, if they have a broken leg, I paint a new leg. I tune into their energy template, and I change it. So that's how the healing becomes very much faster than normal. So the energy template is really understand that, you know, it's a very, very good way to start. And key number 2 is to acknowledge and claim your divine power, to really get in touch with your origin and get into alignment with your divinity and where you come from, and to feel it and experience it in your body, because you're not going to become a very good healer if you're, you know, I'm this earth person and, you know, I'm just here on this plane, and just claim your divine power and you know, be it. And that leads us to the next key number 3, being this divine vessel. And by that, I mean, you have to clear your blocks, you have to detox, being this pure vessel, this clear vessel for the divine to come through you. Because the more you remove your own baggage and your own like toxins and things like that, the higher and more powerful energies can come through you. If you're very, you know, your own energy system is not very healthy, you cannot channel high frequencies. That's for sure. And that's my experience as well. So, and key number 4 is a very beautiful one, and sometimes it can be very hard. It's to get out of the way and to put yourself aside, put your ego aside, and it's not actually you who's doing the healing, it's the energy that comes through you that is doing the healing. And to, once again, becoming this clear channel for the divine to come through you. So you have to put your ego aside. And I have this memory that I think it was my first real client that I had back in 2010 or 9 or something. She was in very bad shape. She had severe rheumatism, and I was really trying to heal her. My ego really was trying to heal her. So I was standing there by the healing bed and it's like struggling with these energies. It's like, oh, come on, come on, come on. And then after like five minutes or so, I was just standing there, and I was starting thinking about something else. I started thinking about my nephew, my sister's son, and he was 4 or 5 years old at the time. And he was just so sweet, you know, this curly blonde hair, so loving, so just pure love. And I was starting thinking at him, and all of a sudden, she lifted up from the bed because this electric current came through me and just went through her, and she was like, this lifted up from the bed. And that was my lesson for, okay, it's not you who's doing the healing, it's the energy that comes through you. So please just step away so we can do the job, okay? And so that was key number 4, to get out of the way. And key number 5 is about your higher connections, really to understand that your healing, the power of your healing depends on where you connect in the higher realms. If you connect to the other side, your healing is not going to get very powerful. If you connect to the higher civilizations like the Pleiades, Syrian, or other civilizations that are really good at healing, then your energy healing is going to get very much powerful and more strong. So, and that, of course, for that you need to develop your psychic gifts and activate your third eye, and doing these clearings and things like that I've been talking about. And one really good thing also that I can mention is that when you connect to the different realms that you're supposed to bring energy from and channel energy from, your intention in which realm you would like to contact, your intention is your phone number. So if you would like to channel Christ light, for example, you just have the intention of channeling Christ light. And of course, you have to be this pure divine vessel to be able to hold that energy, to be able to contain that and receive and transmit that energy. So that was those 5 keys that I would like to, that I wanted to share with you, because I believe that everybody can activate their healing gifts. Definitely.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, sure.
Now you have a story to share, right?
Yeah, I do have many healing stories that I could share. As I said about the energy being this template, this is a great example for that. This was about 5 years ago. I had a client of mine. He had very severe heart problems, and the doctors didn't know exactly what it was. They were trying, they were giving him medicine, and he was not feeling very well, of course, from the medication, and he gained a lot of weight, and overall, his health status was not very good. He was very tired because he had a heart problem. And the only thing I knew when I started my healing session was that he had heart problems. So I had no idea what it was. But then I did my scanning of the body and scanning the heart using my X-ray sight when I'm doing the healing sessions. And then I saw the left heart valve not closing properly. And I got the information that it came from some sort of like virus infection, some kind of inflammation where the heart valve got very swollen. And after the inflammation had gone, and then the heart valve went back from being swollen to like normal state. But the problem was that the heart valve didn't close properly because it got very sloppy because of this, being swollen and then go back to normal. So it became very sloppy. So that was the information I got. And then to be able to recreate and repair this problem, I just moved the heart valve in the energy template. Very, very, you have to be very determined. I just moved it like tick, tune into the energy template and just moved it. And the day after, this is so, I think it's so amazing. I can't believe it myself. The day after, he was actually having this appointment with the doctor, and he had an ultrasound. And the result was just so amazing. His doctor had been treating him for like a year. He was totally shocked. And he called in his colleagues like, look at this, what's going on? And he asked my client, like, what have you done? What's happening? And he's like, well, I don't know. He didn't dare to say anything. He didn't dare to say that he had been doing my healing session. So the ultrasound showed that the left heart valve was closing way much better, and that his heart capacity just was so much better now. So there were several doctors being so amazed about this. And I had no idea. I had no clue about this heart valve problem. I only knew that he had a heart problem. So that is one of my, I have a lot of amazing healing stories from, doing this energy template corrections. And I really believe that everybody can do this. I do.
And that's miraculous.
Yeah,
it is. Call a miracle.
It is.
And miracles,
yeah.
I think, for people like us, tend to happen like every day, and we're just like, oh, that's just normal. We're just so grateful. It's normal. But then everybody else is like, normal. How do I tap into that? So it's so exciting to hear, because as we normalize miracles, more people will experience them.
Yeah, that's a great way of doing it. Normalizing miracles. That was a good one.
So thank you for sharing that story. Now I know you have an activation for us.
Yeah.
And I asked about this. It might put you guys to sleep, so just be aware. You might get tired, so make sure you're not driving, anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. Don't please turn it off if you're driving, seriously, because it might makes you very dizzy, and people are, reacting to my energy. So be careful, okay? So I just invite you to close your eyes and feel comfortable where you sit. And you just tune into your breath and just feel the soothing and calming breathing, connecting to your body through your breath. Just feel your whole body. You're breathing through your whole body, just feeling your energy field in your whole body through your breath. And you're connecting to your heart. And you go deep, deep within your heart. And you go deeper within your heart, deep, deep to your divine source, to your divine power, to your soul's essence in your heart. And just receive this transmission, just receive this activation. You can feel an activation in your pineal gland. You can feel this activation in your heart, probably in your hands. I work with the Christ light to activate the healing power of Christ, as we all have access to, if we want to, if we invite that in to our lives. So just receive, just open up and receive. And sometimes the energies can feel a little bit harsh, but it's in a good way. So don't be afraid. Just receive, open up and receive. And we let the unconditional love in. And you can just relax and feel that you're bathing in this unconditional love, this trust. Just feeling at home in your own body, feeling at home where you are in the world. This is your home now, and you are held in the divine power source. Even though it's very turbulent out there, you're really held. So just let the love and the light in your body. And let it become a part of you in your everyday life. And you can take a deep breath in. And exhale. You just slowly come back. And you are awake. And you're feeling great, happy, so much. And this light energy and this love energy. So thank you for receiving, and thank yourself for doing this.
I encourage people who are watching this and listening to this and feeling this energy to email me and share with me whatever you're getting or feeling. I felt the energy move throughout my whole entire body. So I'm like, I know a lot of you that are watching could be sensitive to energy and feeling that same thing. But I also know that some of you may not feel anything at all and still receive the healing. And something changes.
Exactly. Yeah. So please listen to this once again, because this was, of course, very short because we don't have that much time. But yeah, you can listen to it many times if you would like to.
One last question for you. And I know a lot of people have this question, but what is your feeling about people who don't heal? Like you're working on them, nothing is healing, nothing is changing. Do you have a why for that?
Yeah, several whys. I mean, you can never change a person's soul contract. If it's their time to go, it's their time to go. So you can never change that. They have their own choice. They don't have to die, but they have their own choice and their own soul contracts. And, sometimes people don't want to heal for several reasons. I mean, they're benefiting from, they're getting this, what do you call it? Like, they're getting money from the government because they're sick. And so they're worrying how am I going to support myself if I'm not sick because I'm getting this money from the government. It can be many different things. There's so many things, and yeah, not loving yourself. It can be a lot of past life issues or parallel existences issues. So many things. But it's frustrating. I know you're working with healing as well, so I know for me it has been very frustrating. I want to help everybody,
I've actually made peace with it, but I think what I love about your answer, honestly, is the fact that you're still putting the power in the person's hands. So whether it's, learning how to heal, being a healer, or you're not healing, it's like you get to look at yourself and see what could be causing that. Like you're not powerless. Yeah. It doesn't have to be the end all be all. Sometimes if we just look at why we don't want to heal, that may be enough to heal.
Yeah, exactly.
How awesome is that?
Yeah,
I love that.
yeah, me too. That was awesome.
Thank you so much for this interview and the activation. I appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. And I have some free gifts for you, right?
Yes. And what people are going to do is they're going to go ahead and they're going to scroll down while this is airing for the next 72 hours. You'll click on that link to get that free gift. And you can tell people what it is. While you're explaining that, people could be clicking. It opens up to a new window. So it's not going to stop this interview at all. So they get to listen to you while they're signing up.
Yeah, that's great.
Go for it.
So there are several free gifts that I would like to give you. It's the heart meditation that you can do every morning, tuning into your heart, coming in contact with your divine power within your heart. And also the second meditation is a healing meditation, which I call Expand Your Light. It's a video for about 20 minutes. It's supposed to support you to keep your high vibration, because we all need that during this time, right? You connect to the template for the energy template for the new earth. It's called the Golden Light Network. So you connect to that so you can keep your vibration very, very high. So, and also I have some discount for my 21-day healing program and my 5-day healing program on the same page there. So you can check that out. And I have some upcoming programs, the detox healing program, and also the cosmic language I will release for the international audience as well pretty soon. So yes.
Thank you for all of those free gifts. So people are going to be playing around with this while they're listening to that. That's so cool. There's so much to offer for people to get started. And that's really awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So you guys, this was fabulous. This was wonderful. This is another aspect of how the world is changing. When people talk about ascension, look at how many healers and how many psychics and how many intuitives are coming to absolutely help you change, to make miracles a part of your everyday life. Like, this is the ascension. This is us normalizing the miraculous, the wonderful, the beautiful about life, the joy of life, right? So this, to me, this is happiness. This is what happiness feels like. It's these connections.
Finally.
And just knowing we're not powerless, that we're actually powerful is an amazing feeling. So I hope everybody who's watching this interview feels powerful right here, right now. And if you want to, you can come back tomorrow. You can experience this all over again, because we're not done. This is not the end of making miracles happen. So I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.